let's say you were 2 years into your relationship and you had to assemble your own flowers.
She wouldn't care.
I don't know. I'm just not that kind of person.
Alex is
It's an
happy she gets a
impossible
gift
question
at
to
all.
answer.
Yeah, I am
That's
not
an
a
impossible question. I don't know why I asked it.
I'm like, you can't ask me that because I generally don't like receiving. I like giving.
Are there...
Shut the fuck up, Brett.
Oh, boy.
Mic drop.
See you later.
Bye.
$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh god.
Oh.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's do
okay.
it right now.
What?
Let's use this
Go
scenario.
ahead.
Let's do it right
So Alex and I
now.
watched Black Mirror.
Mhm.
It
We
came
binged
out.
it.
Came
You
out
don't
last.
binge it.
Do you not consider 3 hours binging?
No, I said on the precast, I'm saying it now, to be binge-worthy, I think has to be at least 5. Binging is not about length of time, I think. It's about number of individual things.
I think it's about a season,
How many episodes is binge watching?
Well,
According
we
to
just asked him.
according to Google.
a survey conducted by Netflix in February 2014. They need
That's
to redo
5
this.
years ago.
They need to redo
This
this.
is before
Nope.
binging really
This
took
is,
off.
yeah. It says 73% of people define binge watching as watching between 2 to 6 episodes. 2?
2? No.
No.
No. Okay. I think.
This just rendered itself irrelevant.
It did. That was a very dumb.
Throw your phone.
It was very subtle. Throw your phone.
I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
Out. Do it.
No.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine.
Ridiculous.
You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to PTOUnlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Fuck you guys.
Whoa.
I'm Alex. Not to the audience.
Nope.
These two guys are.
We were making fun of her,
This is episode 248.
and not really much on that number. If you want to hear a Pokemon number, I have it, but 248 is not really a interesting
Significant number.
Not really.
It's not a
Not
very
really.
popular number.
Tyranitar is the Pokemon.
Oh,
248.
T-Tower.
Yep, T-Tar. We talked about him a couple episodes ago, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, nothing really big for that. How was your week?
It was good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting things happen?
Well, we're getting pounded at work again because the stimulus just hit and there's tax returns and it's been
So everybody's shopping.
rough. Yeah.
Hey, this stimulated the economy.
It's a complete repeat, maybe not complete, but pretty darn close of last year at this time when the first stimulus hit.
Yeah.
I don't think there's quite the same amount of buying, but it's close.
Yeah, Alex and I are holding on to our money.
We're hanging on to ours. We're
We,
not going out and stimulating anything.
We haven't ran out of TVs, but we've run out
Why
of
are people...
bikes.
Yeah, oh my god, I saw a photo of bikes.
Yeah, I know. Bikes
Like
are
the
all
bike rack gone.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
gone. Like, why? Okay,
Like-
first of all, TVs. We have... There's got to be... Everyone's got to have at least a couple in their house at this point.
I think the average is probably 3.
Yeah.
Because you think 2 living type areas, and then there's at least
A bedroom.
1 bedroom with 1.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like, we're sitting here. I'm like, I don't need another TV. I'll probably never shop for another TV. Ever.
No, it'll
Yeah,
be
you
a
Well,
while.
until I want to replace one.
You will because when you replace one, you need to get one. I assume eventually you don't need to, but you would like to have one that would take advantage of the Series X capabilities. Now maybe that's
yeah.
in 2023. I don't know.
I'd
what
like it to
you
be
wanna
this
do, but
year. Be
yeah.
great.
Well, yeah, I don't know if it's still, because I've shopped a little bit. It's still kind of hard to find the TV that has the HDMI 2.1 and the 120 hertz.
That's right. You're looking for a specific kind for your 4K.
I mean, you might as well. I mean, my 4K current TV works fine. So when I'm ready to buy, you might as well get one that will take advantage of the equipment that you have.
Right.
So,
Right.
but those are still the TVs that take advantage of what the Xbox Series X can do are still pretty pricey. But those TV prices come down quick. So
Alex doesn't want to go next gen until it's
I don't
want to
fix
entirely.
until things have been fixed.
Well, it's only Call of Duty that you've been realizing these issues because that's all you play.
No, I hear it from Patrick all the time.
Just about Call of Duty, COD. That's it.
Is that
Black
it?
Ops. Yeah, that's it. I mean, he hasn't complained about anything else. I mean, I don't know if he's played anything else next gen either.
doesn't matter. You can't find them anyway.
I've been hearing, hey, it's in stock, and then by the time
So I got a story about that.
See that?
actually.
Yeah, what's up?
So I have a friend who wants to get an Xbox for her son.
Okay.
And can't find one, and even the used ones right now are stupid expensive. So I was at home the other day, and I happened to see GameSpot put out a thing that Walmart.com was going to do a restock at like 3 p.m. Like, okay. So I got on my computer, and they also said in it that they're doing it like every 10 minutes. They're releasing some to be bought every 10 minutes for Xbox and PS5.
Okay.
So I get on there, and I've got, my page up ready to hit refresh. And I tried over and over. So I tried for a Series X and a Series S just to see what I could get.
What'd you get?
I was able to get a Series X, but I didn't go through with it because I wasn't sure if they wanted to drop that kind of money. So
you could have been like, hey, Josh and Alex kind of have one in the cart, maybe.
Well, I thought about it, but y'all, I didn't know if you wanted to drop because I figured if you wanted to, you might have been looking by now.
We're getting into the point where the one downstairs has been failing a couple times. I've had it turn off on me while playing Call of Duty, and I'm like, it needs to be replaced. I'm getting a little irritated.
So to
Beyond
finish my
irritated.
story, I was able to get a Series S.
Yeah.
And so I bought it. And unlike other items that I've had, it still has not charged me yet because it's preparing order.
Okay.
So I won't be surprised if it says, "Hey, sorry," and doesn't.
Really?
But just for kicks, I tried doing it with the PS5 too.
Okay.
And I couldn't even get one in the cart. Like I would click add to cart, and it would say this is out of stock. So I'd refresh, add to cart, out of stock. Just a
oh wow.
and then it would say this item is out of stock until 3:10, until 3:20, until 3:30, and it did that all the way past 4 o'clock because I tried it for an hour just to see if I could get one in my cart, and I never could.
Huh. Well, here's the thing, like about the PS5. I heard, unless you're playing Spider-Man, is there anything else to play on there that's
no
of interest, really?
Not right now.
No, I didn't think so.
I mean, I'm fine with my PS4 Pro for the until an Uncharted or a God of War comes out, and Ragnarok will be out eventually.
Right.
There's nothing that draws me to it.
I see that. Yeah, I can see the drawing is just not as much for. Well, but people are. It's so popular. Why is PS5 more popular right now? Xbox has a little bit more going for it right now. I think.
I think it's still the Sony still leads in exclusives, even though there aren't any right now. There will be, and it's just.
Well, Microsoft now has the Bethesda.
They have the Bethesda, and they have all the studios, so they're just waiting to put out.
And there's talks that they might be buying Discord.
Yeah, I saw that for a lot of money.
Oh my God, yes.
A lot of money.
That's pretty big.
That is big.
Yeah, we've been waiting for Discord to come to Xbox for a minute now.
Yeah.
Like for as long as we've been using it for chat. Myself personally, I use it for when I play Fall Guys or anything like PC related, like Rocket League. I'll use Discord as a chat system too. That's why it's so well rounded, and I can't wait to see if this actually becomes a thing, because then it could be universal. And on top of universal, like Alex and I were looking at another game that just got announced, like Overcooked. You know that one that we played with you, where you dropped your mushroom.
Fucking mushroom.
They announced another game. They
My
announced
favorite.
a backwards compatibility with an Overcooked All You Can Eat, and that just got dropped today. Actually, they announced and dropped it today. So that's also another interesting
Oh,
release.
man.
We'll be playing that again.
Can we like repost that video of Brett?
Yeah.
Josh, what? Drop a fucking mushroom.
We can find that. I can find that. Put it on there.
That was so funny. He
Put
was
it on
like
our social
legit
media.
pissed off.
You're really upset, and I can understand why. Overcooked is an angering
Yeah, it is.
game.
It's so fun.
Rage-inducing.
Oh, Alex and I would get into the fights sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, where she needed me to cut cheese, and I chopped a burger instead. I don't know why I was into the. Maybe I was making my own thing. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Well, since we're talking about consoles, I have a couple things to talk about.
What's up?
Bring to the table.
Okay.
My guess is this is no surprise to you because you probably already heard about it, but I just want to get your
Okay,
thoughts on
let's
it.
hear about it.
Microsoft has officially renamed Xbox Live to Xbox Network.
Yes.
Were you in here when we were talking
No,
about that?
she was
Okay.
not.
No.
But we can talk about it
I
again.
read a thing about it right before you came in here.
I didn't know much about it. I just heard that it's going to confuse
It's-
a lot of people now.
Yeah,
It
From what I
says-
read, it's
Okay.
literally just a rebranding, and
Uh-huh.
that's pretty much it. And then the one thing that I told
So-
you about.
so what is it
So
like?
it says the update from Xbox Live to the Xbox Network is intended to distinguish the underlying service from Xbox Live Gold memberships.
Okay.
So Xbox Live Gold memberships is Microsoft's long-running online subscription.
I have an
blah,
idea.
Blah blah blah. And then what did they say the other one? So and then the other one, Xbox Live Network. Is
Yeah.
just
So the network. Here's an idea of what I'm thinking they're going to do with this. Okay, so we're always going to pay for Xbox Live. I don't care what you say because regardless if there's a free
I
game.
can't call it Xbox Network.
Okay, so what I'm thinking they're going to do is if you have Xbox Live, you get maybe free Battle Pass every season
Here's what
because you're paying for their network. Why not pay for whatever free game they're supporting?
Yeah.
You get a free Battle Pass.
I'm more apt
think that's
to
how they
call
should.
it Ultimate because that's what I pay for monthly, and that just
Yeah.
includes Xbox Live.
So that's what they said. They said Xbox also added Xbox Gold perks into Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription, which also includes Xbox Game Pass Access for.
Oh, this is all
$15
getting
a
very
month.
confusing with the extra perks, man.
Yeah.
Why not you just buy the whole bundle? Just buy the bundle. You're covered for everything.
It says with the name change, this means Microsoft's online services will now be called the Xbox Network.
Okay,
Which
that's fine.
they should have thought of a better name because it's the PlayStation Network. You know?
Xbox
Yeah, I
Network,
know. So I
PlayStation
think
Network.
that's kind of
Well,
low blowing
Isn't
it, I guess.
Nintendo doing the same.
Well,
Isn't it
it
the
feels
Nintendo
lazy.
Network?
I honestly don't know what it's called.
I think it's just
It
Nintendo
says the
Shop.
subscription to
Nintendo Online.
access
Yeah,
online
Nintendo
play will be called Xbox Live Gold, and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate will also include access to Xbox Network along with library of games.
And,
Seems simple enough, right?
And
We're getting there.
there's no longer a requirement to to have gold to play free to play games such as Fortnite and PUBG. So
And Apex Legends. I think
Right,
that's about
right.
it.
Yes.
So
anyway,
it's fine with me, I guess. Is there any other news you want to talk about?
Yeah, have you heard the rumor of the unofficial announcement of the new Switch?
Yeah,
I heard
they're talking
that
about
today.
better graphics.
4K upscaling.
Yes. It says the much rumored new model of Nintendo Switch, unofficially referred to as Mini by the Switch Pro, will reportedly use an upgraded NVIDIA
Nvidia.
chip offering better graphics processing support, NVIDIA's DLSS rendering, NVIDIA, and could be released by Christmas of 2021. But it says that it's coming with a price hike of about $100.
I'll get it. So we can have two Switches.
I'll get it.
You can have one, and I can have my own that has.
Would you, if
My
you
own.
had a chance to get an Xbox Series S or X before, or a new Nintendo Switch, which would you get?
Xbox?
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Absolutely we would.
It says that the chipset will bring an updated CPU and increased memory, allowing for better looking games, faster processing,
Yeah.
with the support of 4K docked output.
Yep.
It will apparently include the support for NVIDIA's deep learning super sampling, which uses AI upscaling to offer 4K resolutions without the associated
I don't think
hardware
there's anything
strain.
that could make you get a Switch, Brett.
Not unless they start putting the third-party stuff that I like on
Mhm.
Switch.
You had it for a minute, right?
I did,
That's
and
right.
I couldn't get into anything but like, put Madden on it, put Ghost Recon Wildlands, and I'm sold.
Yeah, right. That's why we're hoping that there is a Game Pass
How big
coming
is
to
the
it.
Switch
Well,
screen right now?
It's like 4.5, 5 inches.
Eventually, Microsoft is going to have the DirectX, whatever it is.
Yeah,
So hypothetically, I could play
on your
those
Switch.
on my iPad.
Or on your phone, yes. That's
Yeah.
you, yes.
So
you won't even go. You'll
maybe
just get a
someday.
controller adapter
Yeah.
for it.
Well, I
That's it.
don't even have to. The Xbox controller is Bluetooth. So is the PS4 actually.
That's true.
So I've done the share
Okay.
from my console to the. Doesn't run real well because it's streaming,
Right.
or it runs on my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is not real fast.
You don't have any Android. That's right. We talked about this for the Game
Mhm.
Pass. I can actually play.
It's
some
still
games
in beta for
Android.
Apple.
It's just officially released on Android then, I guess, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I have a question about your plans.
Okay.
What is it? Would you? So let me ask this. I've heard that the Series S is better for streamers. Would you be more apt to get a Series S for up here and an X for downstairs to help save some coin,
I don't know. Maybe.
or would you just go
Yeah.
balls out?
No, I'd probably honestly go with that plan.
Well,
Because
save
we're not
money.
gonna be like.
space though.
But that's like the fun thing
space.
about like cloud memory and stuff. We can just
Fun thing about cloud memory? No,
Yeah.
there's no fun thing about cloud memory on that.
You don't
just wanna
need the
make
space.
sure-
The space is in the cloud.
Well, yes, but you still have to have it on your hard drive to play.
Right. You do.
Yeah, I mean
You can
it's
be doing like 2 games at a time, basically.
I
on
guess.
there.
So what is it? Is
Yeah.
it 512?
Yeah, it's
And then the
smaller.
capability of proprietary external
Yes.
hard drive for like probably $130.
It is, yeah. So it's almost like.
Anywho, I just
yeah.
heard that about the Series S that a lot of streamers use that because you can't stream in the 4K.
It doesn't matter. You can't right now anyway. Well,
Yeah.
if you try to, no one's going to go to it
Yeah.
because
Right.
it requires a lot of bandwidth.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it doesn't matter either way.
Josh, it says the newest chipset would come along with the possibly 7-inch 720 OLED touchscreen with the new model.
Either way.
And then when docked, the new console would apparently output to 4K.
Yeah, because you're not going to notice that size.
And not in that screen that small.
There's no
No,
reason to
no,
go
no,
that
no.
route.
I mean, you
Maybe
can't-
one day we'll see it.
You can't really even do 1080p in a screen that small.
But let me repeat that this is the unofficial announcement. There's just lots of rumors leaking about it, I guess.
So when people actually rumor things for Nintendo,
It tends to happen though.
or they cancel the project entirely. It happened to Legend of Zelda.
That's very true.
They were supposed to debut it recently, and they scrapped the project because there were rumors, and they didn't want. They I guess they're like, no, screw that. We want to have the announcement ourselves. Whatever. It kind of pisses me off, but it is what it is.
They're cocky.
They very
Oh.
much so are.
All right, well that's interesting. Just reading this real quick, it also
Mhm.
says that lifetime sales of the Nintendo Switch, the existing model, recently passed 79.87 million, which is lapsing the Nintendo 3DS, and it is now the best-selling console in the U.S.
I wonder if that
Wow.
has to include
This
the
pandemic
before
did it.
the battery upgrade.
Right.
So
It says the existing model
right.
is what it says.
So yeah, no, they.
I don't really count the Switch as a console. I mean it is, but it's a handheld that you can hook to your TV.
It's so interesting how that just is like the argument for it. Like it just replaced the handhelds for Nintendo. They don't sell 3DSs anymore.
They don't
Or they
produce
don't
them.
produce them, right? It's kind of just sad in the sense that they're doing that.
I
but
mean,
whatever.
it's a brilliant strategy because all your resources and overhead goes into this one product and it fills both markets.
Yeah.
So it's that's less R&D.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
just it's a really smart business move.
It's so interesting how they just got away with it. Like Nintendo took the reins of handheld and just went and won.
There's mobile cell phones being what they are and tablet gaming.
Yeah.
It's not really handheld gaming, in
Mhm.
my opinion.
Let's move on from there.
I want to talk about the Justice League.
Let's do that. I want to too. It's
I-
fun.
I
freaking
Message you guys Sunday.
Yes.
I need this explained to me.
What do you need explained?
So, Justice League has been out for a couple years, right?
Yeah. 2017.
And there's been talk forever about a director's cut,
Mhm.
and you told me to watch the director's cut because it's better.
Yeah.
So now there's this thing called the Zack Snyder cut.
The director's cut I was referring to was actually Batman vs Superman. There's an
So-
actual Ultimate Edition on HBO
Yeah.
Is
Max.
that the same movie as Justice League?
No.
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 Completely
But
different
it's a
movie.
okay.
complete follow-up to it.
It's it
So-
like basically the Justice League.
Man of Steel starts it.
Right?
Yes.
That whole battle in
Yes,
Metropolis.
with Zod.
Yeah. Starts it all.
Okay, so there's Batman vs Superman, and then there's Justice League,
Yes.
and now there's Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yes.
Mhm.
Is it a different movie?
Pretty much.
It is amazing.
Is it just stuff that was cut that was put back in?
Joss Whedon did something.
It's like
horrible.
Josh.
I don't
can
know.
never say that.
Joss.
Josh.
Josh.
He Josh.
J-O-S-S.
Joss
Josh.
Whedon basically like took Zack Snyder's version and like made his own.
So did Zack
Version of
Snyder
it.
did the he originally did it?
Yes, and then his daughter died.
Yes. Autumn.
Yes,
Yeah.
she died
She
in the
I
middle
think
of
she
like
committed suicide.
in the middle of like putting it together and shooting, and he just couldn't.
So Joss Whedon took over.
He took over and then basically
Jeez.
rewrote it.
Has he
Really?
responded to this?
I
cut?
haven't seen anything from
That
Joss
would be
Whedon after
interesting,
this.
wouldn't it?
Basically, there's a lot of memes of like people praising Snyder Cut, and then not Josh,
It's called
Josh
Whedon.
Whedon is over in a corner like hiding.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe because
So-
Because that's what he should be doing.
So did you guys like the theatrical release?
No.
okay, I tried
I
to
remember.
like it.
I
tried
remember
to like
on the podcast bashing the shit out of it because it's basically
it. It's a different
it's
movie.
it's all over the place, and now I understand why. It's all over the place. Certain like Batman, they make Batman in that version, the theatrical version, look horrible. Like I just remember going like, I do not like
Affleck.
Affleck as Batman. Like in this movie cemented it. So me trying to watch this version was like, oh my god, this is gonna suck. And this is like the dark version, the way it's supposed to be. It's
Movie's
rated
rated
R. They
Really?
say fuck. There's blood.
So should
It's
I
good.
watch the original or
No.
should I just watch this?
Yes.
Just
And you
watch
can even
this.
watch
You
it in
don't even.
parts.
Yeah, and that's the
It's
other
in
part.
parts.
It's
Yeah, I
4
saw
hours and 2 minutes long, and it's cut down into 6 parts, basically like a
Comic book.
comic book.
It's amazingly
So
done.
okay, so should I watch Batman vs Superman?
Yes.
don't have to.
You don't necessarily have to, but if you need a refresher, it's.
Well,
I mean,
well,
I can probably give
I
you
would
a
probably
5
do
minutes.
what I know, but I would probably do what Josh does and watch the director's cut of Batman versus Superman, and then
And that's on HBO Max.
Yes.
then
Yeah.
watch
Might as well.
Zack Snyder
You
cut.
know, to get
It's
the most out of this.
so
Because it really
interesting.
surprised the hell out of me when you're like, this is one of the best
It is.
superhero movies ever.
It is.
Whoa.
And I can't even.
It went
I'm
from
sitting here in
literally
awe right
getting
now.
like a 1 in my book to getting a 10, like
Wow.
the biggest jump in like increase in a movie.
And
I
it
could ever
doesn't
give.
have they okay. So what they made right is they reshot some scenes, and you can see which ones they did, and that
Yeah.
was they redid all the Superman scenes.
Yeah.
Because he
Because
shaved
of
his
the-
face.
Okay, yeah.
So all that upper lip BS is gone.
So then they
Um,
just digitally put skin over his mustache.
They did, and I didn't notice the issue until it was pointed out.
Until it's pointed out, then you cannot unsee it.
because they make him look like he talked like
He's got the
Exactly.
lip.
It looks horrible.
It's so bad.
It's like
really
every
bad.
time he talks, it just like it's tracking, and it
Mhm.
I mean, for the technology that we
They
have these
make-
days, it's fine. But
They
like
make everybody so useful. Everybody.
So, and then in the first movie, I was telling Josh, the first movie they introduced Cyborg, and
the
I was
Flash.
like, and the Flash, and I was super interested in Cyborg when we watched the theatrical, and he got like no screen time
It
at
makes
all.
you think that
Nothing.
the Whedon claims are true. That he
Nothing.
was
Oh,
And then-
yeah.
And then
against-
Yeah,
this-
I remember reading those.
Yeah.
This version, you get start to finish, and he is an amazing character.
Who plays him?
Uh,
Ray Fisher.
Yes. He's been going on record that Joss Whedon was not very
Difficult
nice
to work
him,
with,
Very
yeah.
good. Yeah.
And I feel like the Flash and the theatrical was like, yes, he's the comic relief, just because that's kind of like his personality in these movies, but he is comic relief, but not overdone in the new version. And then the other one, it's just punchline after punchline.
I'm trying to think of what Brett can complain about.
Same with Aquaman in the first one. Aquaman is very like just overdone with trying too hard to push out funny lines in the first one, and then this one he's very like dark and broody, and
I'm trying to understand. Alex, is there anything
good punchlines when it counts?
Pause your brain for a sec. Is there anything that you think that Brett would not like about it?
No.
Maybe the slow motion?
No.
Well, I heard there was
literally 10%. No,
10%?
literally 10% of the movie is in slow motion.
But the Flash runs in everything around him is in slow mo, so that's kind of just to portray
he
that.
Runs at the
most
speed
of Superman's
light.
stuff is in slow mo because he's a fast guy. I mean, you can only.
But like, I mean, almost everybody, because you've got Wonder Woman.
Her
like,
rock music just gets me.
I know her music is so good, but Wonder Woman's her stuff is all basically like slow motion too. But you have to realize all that slow motion is because that's what's happening in real time. You have to slow it down. You can't just show it.
They make Alfred interesting.
They do.
Is that Jeremy Irons?
Yes.
I really like
his scene with Diana is so funny with the tea.
Yes, with the tea. He's like, how about you let me do it?
Just let me do it, because Alfred's used to be.
Just let me do it.
Well, yeah, I will definitely check that out then.
I'm actually really impressed that you will, because everyone's saying it's good.
Everyone.
How is the review?
Critics are saying it's pretty but fans are loving it.
That is the weird thing, is that they're giving it like a lot lower score than I would think, and then fans are like, give it 100%. This is amazing. And it really is.
I always like when it's received by, the public way better than it is by the critics.
Right. I'm looking it up here to see if I can find it on Rotten Tomatoes.
I will say that that was the other big change that I really liked, is that the main villain in the movie is called Steppenwolf, and in the theatrical, he just looks very like not scary, not like he's supposed to be like Doomsday-ish. Like hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
He's supposed to be like Doomsday-ish, and I was like, man, this guy just looks like if you flick him, he might break. And in this one, I'm like, how the hell are they gonna kill this guy? Like they recreated him.
And Steppenwolf is only a Loki, basically.
Yeah, he's not even like top tier.
Darkseid.
I'd say isn't Darkseid in one of
these? Is the scary one.
He's the scary guy.
He's really
is
scary.
he in this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So critic
Darkseid's
reviews.
a bad MFer.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Critic reviews. Critics are giving it 73%, which is considered fresh. Audiences are giving it a 96.
Yeah.
That's a pretty high.
That's a pretty big difference. Yeah.
If you're familiar with the Suicide Squad,
I saw the first one.
So you already know about the Joker and Harley Quinn, because there is a Joker scene in this.
Yeah.
And you think it's only going to be like 5 minutes? It's like a 15-minute, 20-minute scene.
Alex, it's not that long.
It seems like it is. You think he's only going to say a line or two, and it is like a legit.
It's a setup.
It's so good.
And you're going to be like, oh, Jared Leto's, did something with it.
He did good. He did good. I thought, I was like, please don't mess it up. Please don't mess it up.
You were waiting for it to suck, weren't you?
Oh, I was like, seriously, I was told Josh, I'm like, don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. This is your second chance.
We watched it over the weekend. We did it Saturday, Sunday.
We split it.
Okay. Yeah. We did an hour and a half, and then we did the rest.
Because right now with my fatigue, I cannot watch. I couldn't even watch District 9 in a sitting because I just get too tired.
But I will give my personal review of Zack Snyder's Justice League as at least a 9. I can't really complain, so maybe even higher than that. I don't know.
I got nothing. It's slow enough to be able to
understand everything. I will say that when you first start off, like just because it's been so long since I've watched the first Justice League, and it's been so long since I watched Batman vs Superman. When it first starts off, it talks about the mother boxes and stuff, and you're like, it's like it feels like the introduction. It's like you're supposed to know what they are. You're not. You'll get introduced. They will tell you
way too much about the mother boxes. You'll understand. So
just understand that they are important, and then suddenly you'll get introduced to everything about it.
And then forget about it. Just like, because that's what I think the only thing that I had trouble with.
Kind of like the stones.
I was like, what?
The Infinity Stones.
It's like the Infinity Stones. Like, you know that they're there, and you know they're important, but don't try to dig any deeper because you're gonna end up knowing everything you need to know about it.
Every character will be explained.
That was my only issue, so I'll give it a 9.5.
Yeah, it's for being as
like it's
nerdy
up there.
as
It's up there with Endgame. Like Endgame was very, very, very good.
So we can go into our favorite superhero, or we
on.
can go into something else, or we can. You have another question about this movie?
No, I had a question though.
Okay.
Did you want to say something about a sandwich?
Oh yes. But I can go into that some other time.
Okay.
Later on. We don't need to break what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
we can talk about superhero movies.
Okay, so what's your favorite? Now we've kind of already touched on this topic ourselves.
I wanted to point that out, but I thought you'd get mad.
But we didn't have it as a fan question.
Okay.
So that was the one thing that I was like, maybe we should kind of talk about this because see what other people are saying.
I have a disclaimer here.
Mm-hmm.
If you choose any of the MCU, you really need to rethink it.
Wait.
But there's so many.
Not all of them.
It's too easy to pick something from the MCU.
But they're good.
That's a little biased.
Yeah.
Because there could be one from the MCU that might be better.
They're really good.
The MCU follows a template. It's not original to me.
Some of them are. Some of them do, actually. Most hero introduction movies do. Like Captain Marvel, Captain America, Iron Man. They all follow the Iron Man thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
Heroes needs to get some push, gets pushed, finds a villain, beats the villain, done.
I probably don't have to say that.
Maybe a cliffhanger.
I have like 3 choices, and none of them are from the MCU.
That's okay. You don't have to. I mean, I have 3 choices too, actually, and that's good that we do ourselves personally. Let me get some social media ready.
I've already got all.
Oh, you got all the social media ready? Okay,
yes.
Good. You can do all the social media today.
So can I start?
Yeah, you go ahead, man.
So obviously, my first choice is my favorite movie of all time, even though I don't even know if I'd call it a superhero movie.
Can I guess what it is?
Sure.
It's
Ooh, I forgot.
The Punisher.
Correct, but I don't really count him as a superhero. He's kind
of an
he's like Deadpool.
Hero.
He doesn't want to be a hero. He just wants to kill bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know? He even said I don't know if he actually says it, but he just in that movie he's like, I'm not a good guy, you know? I'm very bad and I hurt bad people. But what else? So that if you wanted to count that, that would be mine. But I was reading comments and now I'm a fan of Tanith because she picked Batman '89.
Could you expect any different from somebody who's like she's in the older part of our
I don't know her. I've never met her, but
no, but I'm sure you guys honestly would get along very well.
Yes. Yes.
Now when watching,
I would say they would
because we go out there and they're very
I don't know. I just feel like I feel like Tanith and Brett would really.
They come from farm life.
We would probably have to separate them after a while.
I would say that
you're her favorite character on the podcast.
Nice.
Character.
I don't know how else to put it. You're everyone's favorite.
If I had to pick one when watching it, I'm like, holy crap, that was good. It's probably Spider-Man 2.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Now that one might join the MCU. We don't know about it.
So at the time that it was released,
yes.
it was not part of the MCU. So
Correct.
I'll go with that line.
Agreed.
And then I would have an honorable mention would be X2.
That one's pretty perfect in its own right. And that's not even part of the MCU either.
Yeah.
No.
So, and that one might not even. I don't even know if it's going to get introduced or not because they kind of did something weird with WandaVision on that. So, Alex, what's your 3? Let's do like a favorite and then your.
I don't really like
because you can only stack so much.
Well, I'm not going to stack them in any order.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say the Snyder Cut's in there.
Yeah.
Just because it's.
Mine too.
Like it's. Like I want to watch. It's a 4-hour movie, and I want to go downstairs and watch it right now.
Mm.
Like that's how I felt.
I would probably watch it again.
Yeah, like it just. Well, and we were talking during the movie, and Josh goes, "Oh, well, here comes your man. Oh, and here comes your other man.
What?
Oh, and here comes your other man."
She's lying.
One of them's gotta be Leto and Mimosa.
Mimosa. I'd like to get a mimosa with him.
Momoa? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yes.
She discovered a new one.
Oh, who's that?
Oh, I did?
Yeah, the Flash.
No, I said he's nerd cute. He's
Okay.
not like hot. He's nerd
So
cute.
who's the third guy?
Who'd we have?
Momoa.
Not Affleck.
Oh, okay. Just when he has his shirt off.
Go on.
Who?
Superman. I don't like him with the
Henry.
dark hair.
The
I
Witcher?
don't.
He's the
Yes,
Witcher.
I gotta just when I'm watching the Snyder cut, I'm like I'm trying to imagine long white hair, dark eyes.
You know, speaking of Henry Cavill, I was watching like the 10 best hand-to-hand fight scenes on Watch Mojo, and
The Witcher's on there probably.
no, but Fallout or Mission Impossible Fallout, that
Mhm.
bathroom scene is.
Apparently, I have to watch that again. I need to
Yeah,
see it.
I just watched 2.
I've watched.
Oh,
we can
I know
go-
what scene that is. I know what
Yeah.
scene that
We
is.
might have to add that to
yeah.
our trilogy trivia.
Yeah.
Just
It's been
the
a while.
first 3.
Yeah, we haven't
First
seen
three.
that one. We were just saying we need to watch that again. Yeah.
Well, we were wanting to watch the first one. We've already
Yeah.
watched the second. You've been wanting to watch the second one again. Like every single year. I
I love the second
You're
one.
like, let's watch 2. I was like, really?
If I had to pick one
That's
of
my
them, I'd
favorite.
probably pick Rogue Nation.
You like that one? That's
I
4.
really like that. That's 5.
Five.
Ghost Protocol.
Ghost Protocol's 4.
Okay.
God,
But
Anyways, let's go back to Alex's top picks
let's
here.
go on
I
to
got
the-
a little like off there thinking about
Zack
my
Snyder's.
Zack Snyder's cut,
Uh-huh.
handsome cut, sexy cut.
Wow.
Let's see here. Okay, so Snyder cut's gonna make it mimosa. Man, now I'm all like off. Okay, so
Go on.
I'm Josh. I know this one's on there, but I'm gonna take it from you.
What?
The Dark Knight.
Fuck you.
I know, but the Dark Knight's on there just because
You never want
I-
to watch that.
it's
that one's so good that I don't add it because it should be on everybody's list.
I
It is-
know,
it
like
is on
it's
mine.
that's why I'm like I don't want to put it on there, but because I feel like it just like everybody likes that movie.
Exactly.
Right.
But the other one that I was gonna put on there is
Then why'd you steal mine?
I'm sorry, but that one just
You've
like
already
it's
said
so
your
good.
3.
Well, I'm gonna add 2 more then.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so our Spider-Man.
That's what I was one of mine.
Yes, our
The
Spider-Man. Just
number-
because
First Toby.
for us,
Right.
it's just like
So
that was the
that's it.
start of the MCU. kind of thing.
In our head, that was
Not
the
at
start.
the time that it was released.
Right, because they sold it to Sony.
Yes.
So there
But I'm
was-
saying, like,
Iron Man was the start of the
Well,
MCU.
actually, there was a cameo where they were gonna have Spider-Man in X-Men 2. There's that blooper where Toby walks on set.
Oh, really?
You never saw it?
I probably have. I just
Maybe
forgot
it
about
was
I don't
maybe it was
remember
Logan
that.
walks on Spider-Man set.
Maybe that. I
It's
don't
one or the
know.
other.
Well,
But they
either
were
way,
planning on doing some kind of crossover, but it didn't
Yeah.
happen.
I just when we watch that movie, and mine is strictly for nostalgia purposes. It's just because that's how we met.
Yeah.
So, and that was like the start of like watching superhero movies for us.
Right.
And then the last one's gonna be the Avengers, only because
Which one?
the first one.
Really? Actually, watching it,
Because
we just watched it.
I know I said Endgame's on there too. Well, I'm gonna do top 5. Endgame's on there too.
Shit.
But
Stop
uh,
it. You can't have that much.
I'm sorry, but I will.
Stop breaking the rules.
The Avengers only because we watched that movie and like a week later we went back and watched it again. Same with Spider-Man.
Well, as in going to theaters, yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yes.
in the theaters, we're like, that was so
There's-
good. And that had the most, like every time we watched the Avengers, like we had just watched it, last weekend?
Mhm.
Like every time I watch it now, all I can hear is in my head having the live audience that we were sitting with yelling and clapping at certain
Yeah.
areas in the film because it was that good.
So since you guys stole basically all of mine
Sorry.
with the Justice League, Dark Knight, and Spider-Man, I will add Infinity War because of how desperate that movie was. Right away, you just see the spoiler alert. If anybody's not seen Infinity War, movie's been out for a few years now. Loki's death and what's his name? Heimdall? Is that his name?
What's
The bridge guy.
The bridge guy.
Yeah, he dies too. And those guys, I was
Those are,
really
like, it's so
my
sad.
favorites from Thor.
Yeah.
So, I think it's Heimdall. I think I'm saying.
Oh
it
my
right.
gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you just see like how much Thor suffers throughout the entire movie.
I really
itself,
do like
so.
that one too, but I'm gonna wind it in with Infinite or
You-
with Endgame.
No, you don't get it. You don't get it.
I don't get it.
No, because
Okay.
you said all the other ones.
Okay.
Heck you.
You're kind of being
Yeah.
easy.
You're getting
You're
extras
just
on
picking the.
Those are the ones that I really enjoyed watching though.
Well, I mean, I can't take.
So
that
I
from you.
can't not watch those without her in the room. Then I guess.
No.
I have
because she stole
I
them
have
from
a
me.
question.
Yeah.
Was Zack Snyder? Did he do superhero stuff? Who was the guy that didn't do? That was Bryan Singer that didn't do X3. Went and did Superman Returns.
Yeah.
And it was god awful.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Brian.
And
Singer
then who
tried to-
did X3? Because I
Uh,
thought it was a
it
notable
was a
name.
It was a name that people were like, "Oh yeah, this should be fine."
Right.
Look up X-Men 3. Alex, what are some of the people saying on social media.
All right, social media. Okay, so we've got on Facebook.
Brett Ratner.
Okay.
He's a well known.
Yeah.
He did Rush Hour. Anyways, go ahead.
Facebook, we've got Jeff, who's my dad, who says, I still want to see the MCU in order sometimes, but I really loved everything about Endgame. By the way, PTOUnlimited podcast, I love you 3000.
Okay. Thanks. Shout out for that.
Cousin Andrew says The Dark Knight and Iron Man are probably tied. Close runner-up would be Thor Ragnarok and Infinity War. You just called your cousin out, by the way.
I did.
You gotta throw him under the bus.
That's funny.
Tana said, I would have to say Batman with the Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson, but I'm old and I don't really care for superhero movies much anymore. I do like Deadpool though, if that counts.
A lot of people like Deadpool.
I do like Deadpool.
I forgot about Deadpool.
We've got Justin Kelly.
Yeah.
He says, last point I want to make. Snyder Cut was awesome, even if I had to watch it in 3 parts. And then he says, I will never get over all of the Chris Evans Captain America films. All of them were amazing. First Avenger, Winter Soldier, and Civil War. It wasn't a Cap only but Infinity War, when Captain America shows up and the spear thrown at him and he catches it. The entire crowd in the theater erupted into cheers. I still get goosebumps during that scene. For DC, it has to be The Dark Knight. The entire run of Marvel from Iron Man and through Endgame, though, was perfectly woven.
Juice, I'll just give you a piece of paper with every single superhero movie on it. How about that?
That's kind of what it became at this answer.
Woven into an amazing story.
What is your favorite movie?
All of them.
All of
So
them.
basically everything I said.
Yeah.
Perfectly woven into an amazing story. It's what makes me nervous about the next phase.
It does make me a little nervous because everything just.
But I will say, like, just like
plateaued.
what he's talking about, the spear, like, just when Captain America picks up Thor's hammer and you're like,
Spoiler alert.
yeah,
for
well, hey,
Endgame.
you know what? It's been out for a little bit now, so.
A year and a half.
Yeah, that's long enough.
2 years. almost.
But anyways, that's the same thing. Like, I can still hear, like, the audience, like, going,
Mhm.
oh my god.
Yeah, you got Discord answers.
Yeah, so Discord, if you want, I don't know, do we have a link we can put?
I can put it on there.
Yeah, you can put it in chat.
Mhm.
So we do have a public Discord as well for the podcast, as well as our Twitch channel. So we've got Blackstar, which is a fan of the
Brigham.
podcast, Brigham. He says Deadpool 1 and 2 are the only 2 that exist.
Wow.
So
We've got Kiki Games says, and the PG-13 version of 2.
Apparently that's actually really
Wait, what?
the PG-13 version of Deadpool.
Of Deadpool.
Oh, okay.
Arrow, who says Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Mm-hmm.
Is this? Oh, here we go. Dragonfly, who is our friend Patrick's wife, Crystal.
Yep.
She says, here's an old one: Batman Returns or Thor.
Oh, Batman Returns.
Mm-hmm.
Batman Returns is a dark one.
Yeah, it is.
And then I've also got Instagram
You
here
got a
for you
couple on
guys.
Instagram.
Yes. We've got Real DSTM podcast. I haven't. Well, never mind. He says I haven't watched the newest one yet of the Snyder Cut, so he has no input yet. The Fickle Fanboy podcast says Dark Knight or Batman '89.
Okay.
Nice.
And then we have one more, which I believe is Patrick's. Okay. Yes, it is. So Patrick from Paranormal Pativity podcast. He says, I have to say, Avengers Endgame, the correlation of all those characters, movies, and time.
Endgame's kind of its own movie.
I can't even talk because I'm looking at Brett's like shaking his head. Okay, the correlation of all those characters, movies, and timelines coming together, and all of the callbacks were unbelievable. When a superhero movie can make you cheer, gasp, get pumped up, and make you cry all within the same movie, that's what makes it one of my favorites. Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire would be a close second, along with Civil War.
Just redeemed himself there a little bit.
Pretty much.
In
yeah.
my eyes.
Yeah.
Here's
But cousin
something
Andrew and
interesting.
Juice got thrown under the bus.
A little bit. I'm surprised that nobody, and we don't get a great amount of responses, but I'm surprised that no one said Logan.
Logan was a really good
My
one,
mom
too.
would have probably said Logan, to tell you the truth.
Probably
She was
would've.
like, she loves X-Men.
Or none of the X-Men got any mentions.
They're good, but I don't go reaching. I mean, I guess if I were to choose my favorite X-Men, it'd probably be, what, First Class? Is that usually what I
I would
love
say
watching?
Logan. I'd say Logan.
I mean, Logan's.
I'd go with X2 myself.
Yeah.
But again, I have not seen any of the X-Men movies after X3.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, Days of Future Past and First Class. I mean, those are all their own.
I really
type.
like First Class.
Days of Future Past is really good. I think.
What's
First
the
Class is
what's
kinda
the
good.
Dark Phoenix? Isn't that one that?
And that
We've
one's
not
flawed.
seen that.
Oof.
I
They
still
also tried
should
it
probably
there.
see it, but
That was on HBO, and I had it on our list, and I was like, I don't even know if I'm even gonna do it. Like,
watch. We're gonna watch it, and we're gonna like it.
doubt it. Not a lot of people did. So.
That's them, not us. But yeah, there we go.
That's
Those are
all
the
we
answers.
got.
All right. What do you guys want to move into next? Sorry, I'm drinking some water
Let's
here.
talk about the movie.
Movie club.
Mm-hmm. So you guys can talk to District 9. Really
I want
thirsty.
some of your water. I'm really thirsty.
No, heck off. I'll get you some. Talk about District 9. What's your favorite part about it, Brett? Was
Alright,
it
how about-
disgusting to you?
How about Brett? You just start talking since
Well,
Josh
I
and I were the
can't.
ones that have not, or we have seen District 9 a
Yeah.
couple times, and this is one of Josh's like more
I
like he
can't
really
now
likes it.
because we got to read the synopsis. You want me to read the synopsis? I'll read it. Hang
Sure,
on a
you can read
second.
the synopsis. He's giving me some water.
Out of the bathroom.
Well, did you at least enjoy it?
I'll get to that in a minute.
You want some notes about it?
Well, no, he's looking up the synopsis for you because he asked.
You always read it.
Oh, I got
man.
it. I got it.
Well, so do I.
I have it. It's fine.
Fine then.
Okay, go ahead. You say it.
For God's sake.
Uh-huh.
Hold on.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh! Just read the damn synopsis.
Violence ensues after an extraterrestrial race forced to live in slum-like conditions on Earth finds a kindred spirit and a government agent exposed to their biotechnology.
Yep.
Mhm.
So it's aliens landed on Earth in 1982, and they've lived on Earth
For
for
20 years.
28
So-
years.
When you talked about this movie, I always heard about it being a Halo type movie.
Yeah,
And if I had never heard that, I would have never thought that while watching this movie.
right.
I like this movie.
It's good.
However,
He liked it, Josh.
However,
I did not.
well,
think
I
he
shouldn't
was
say
going
however.
to.
What I liked about it is that they just throw you in at the beginning, and
I
it's
told
like
you.
a
I told you, didn't I?
documentary.
I
Yes.
told you.
And I
Documentary
liked
style.
the documentary style. I even liked Vic. What's his name?
Vicus.
Vicus. I
Yes.
liked him. Something about him. I
Dickus.
just.
He calls him the other guy calls him Dickus.
And I never looked it up, but who is Kubis? I've seen him before.
I thought so too. He is not popular.
We looked
Really,
it up.
he
Yeah.
looks like somebody.
Nope.
Yeah.
He's in nothing.
So anyway,
Well, nothing related to the States anyway. He's a South African actor.
right? I first didn't like him, but then I found myself rooting for him.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Wickus.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were
Not-
talking about.
No, not Kubis.
I thought you were talking about Kubis.
No.
Wickus. The main character.
Vicus. Yes.
The,
Okay.
the main character.
Well, okay, so
It's with the W, but in South African it's a V.
I
so-
laughed out loud when he gets home. He's like, I think I crapped my pants.
Everybody laughed at that
He got
spot.
it.
Yep.
Honey, sweetie.
Sweetie,
I may have just cracked my pants.
Time to cut some cake. Cut some cake.
Oh,
I
that
get
was
so grossed out from the point where he sprays himself until he cuts his finger off.
Yeah, like Josh.
Between that
Josh
time
and I
frame,
have got.
I-
We can't eat. Like we can't watch the movie
Nothing.
while we're eating something.
Within that time frame, I can't eat or even think about food. It's
Yeah,
grotesque.
it's nasty.
The cake he cuts, that corner piece,
Yeah.
that's the part of the building they break into.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
kind of
nice.
foreshadowing.
Oh. I did
Yep,
not
that's
know
that him and Christopher blow up to enter the building.
Yeah.
I think the CGI's a bit dated, but
Yeah,
for what
especially
they,
on his eye when his eye starts to turn.
The
Honestly,
eye-
I thought it was pretty good staring
when
at
the
it.
robot
'cause
moves.
I was staring at it
Oh.
like today, like watching the end of it, and I'm like, I honestly said out loud, I was like, man, they did a pretty good job.
What 2009, right?
Yes, 09. Came out in 09. Neil Blomkamp was the director.
Right.
He'd been wanting to do a Halo forever, and Peter Jackson wanted to be attached to it, and nothing came to be, so Peter Jackson gave him $30 million to just make whatever he
I
wanted.
didn't know that Peter Jackson had a finger in this. So
Yes,
that was cool.
Jackson's been wanting to do something with Halo for a very long time.
Right.
And I could
I'm
have
okay with
seen
that.
it being kind of epic, pretty good.
You know who I want to do Halo though? Who's just on the top of everything?
Who? Could not say J.J. Abrams. No?
Yeah, definitely not.
Who
No,
was I
don't
just
think that- I
saying?
don't think you can
Zack
attach.
Snyder?
No.
I don't know. Who?
Who's?
John Favreau?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you wanted me to say the name because you wouldn't remember anyway. So, Neil Blomkamp also did Chappie and Elysium. So.
Oh, I can see that, especially Chappie. That's very.
Mhm.
It's like same style. Yeah.
So, one very interesting tidbit with District 9 is he and his wife wrote it together.
Okay.
That's his wife who wrote it. And they're also writing District 10 together.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes, that's why we wanted to watch District 9 because they
Mhm.
announced District 10.
So you know the brunette guy who had the collared shirt, the business-looking guy who was being
He's
interviewed?
being interviewed and talking about like Wickus.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is also Christopher, the alien.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
like
when-
he plays Christopher?
Mhm.
Wait,
So when they do acting, he did Christopher in a green
The
suit.
physical part.
Mm-hmm.
really?
Mm-hmm.
What
Same actor.
I really thought was interesting though. So there's towards the beginning of the movie, Vickus is going with basically a tactical team to evict all these aliens out
Take him
of
to a
District
concentration
9.
camp.
But they're doing it illegally.
Very
And
much so.
Christopher Jones, one of the aliens, which surprised me that they have human names.
I think they gave
They
them,
gave them, yes.
human
Yeah.
names.
He's like, you can't do this. This is illegal. And Vickus tells the guy with him, he's like, yeah, this guy's a little bit smarter than the rest
Like
of
he
them.
knows what we're doing.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna have to kind of force him to do this. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
I thought that was very telling and really puts him in a negative light because he's leading this team that's doing this very illegal thing.
Right.
And
Well, you could tell that Wickus is very like brainwashed.
Very
Sure.
much so.
Like at the beginning of the movie, like he grew up the last so many years in this because his father-in-law
Right.
runs the whole
runs the
thing.
yep.
So I think he just got kind of brainwashed into the same mindset everybody else does, which is part of the movie. Is you get these prawns, is what they call them, which are
Mhm.
basically bottom of the barrel,
feeders.
bottom feeders, aliens that everybody hates that are just like, you're taking over my Earth, you're taking over my land, go away. Like
Yep.
nobody
Mhm.
wants them here, and they're just giving them trash to eat, and
Yep.
they treat them like shit. Versus at the end of the
This-
movie, he gets to see how they're treated,
Yeah.
and goes, "Oh
Because
crap!"
he ultimately turns into one.
Yes. Yes. That's due to the fluid that he
when
sprays
when
in
they
himself.
cut off, I was not expecting this. When they cut off his bandage, and he's got alien hand, I was like, whoa! I was not expecting that
Crazy.
because
yeah,
I didn't really know where it was going.
yeah.
And then that happened. You're like, okay.
You kind of get the same impression or same reaction that he gets
Yeah,
because he
like,
doesn't know
holy
what's under
shit.
that, and then they cut his cast off, and then he's got like this big floppy claw that comes out, and he's like, "Oh shit!"
Uh-huh.
You're like, "Oh
And-
shit!"
Then
Freaking creepy.
they basically destroy his life because they want to
But
bioengineer.
You know what's sad is I feel like they made that very real life.
Oh yeah.
They would do that to
They would
everybody.
completely kill this person
They
in real life,
wanted-
like
They
all of
wanted
everything.
access to the weapons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because as pretty stereotypical that alien technology is always more advanced than human technology.
Mhm.
So they have these bio whatever weapons that only the aliens can operate, and they saw
But they're not much smarter than humans.
No?
They're
Well,
pretty
at
standard.
least this version.
No,
of
even
them.
Christopher. Even
That's what I'm
Christopher
saying, even-
knows standard stuff that his people should know for what their technology is. Their technology is not of this earth, so.
Yes, but I'm saying obviously they know certain things that are
Mhm.
way above our knowledge level, but they have. I'm saying this portion or this group of aliens seem very like these are just like the explorers of the
Yeah.
bunch. We just throw them around,
Right.
like versus the big mothership that they're talking about. That's all their planet and whatnot.
They all
They
got
seem
sick and stuff.
Yeah, they seem like they're probably more like up there, and they're like, oh, just go check out these planets because they're harmless.
Mm-hmm.
Because you saw like the aliens don't want to hurt the humans
Right, unless threatened. of
unless
course.
threatened.
Yeah.
Like they're
No.
just there. They're like, okay, we'll live on your land. Just give us some catnip or cat
Food.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah. The clicking sounds were made by rubbing pumpkins together. Interesting.
I don't know how you got a
Interesting.
click noise out of that.
This is the first documentary style film to be nominated for Best Picture. This is really freaky, okay? So we've been doing a lot of like movies that have been unintentionally attached to each other. So you know how we've
Oh
talked
no,
about
what do we have now?
So,
The Truman Show.
the Truman Show was attached to Bully,
Which was attached to
Ace Ventura, and another movie. Not sure. I don't remember which one. But District 9 is the first TriStar Pictures film to be nominated for an Academy Award for Best Picture since As Good as It Gets.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Bullshit.
No joke.
Oh my god.
I read
something-
this and I was like, oh, I had to sit there for a second and reread it. It's like, no freaking
We're not doing
way.
this on purpose.
Oh my god. So last week we watched As Good as It Gets for our movie club. But this week was District 9 and they It's
Wow.
crazy, isn't it? It's insane.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's that's the jaw
Alright.
dropper. So, what'd you think of this movie all in all? Pretty good?
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
it. I'll
Yeah.
give it a 7.5.
Yeah. I'll give it a good 8. Pretty good.
I give it an 8, but I'm gonna give it a 7.5 because like it's hard to watch it with
Mhm. This-
without food in your stomach.
So
I
this
guess.
movie was only made with $30 million.
Wow.
So
It's pretty good.
yeah.
What did it make?
Oh, it tripled it, like 112
Did
in,
it?
in the box office. Yeah. I
I
think
thought
it's
it was
domestic.
very like under advertised.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very like it's shot very Cloverfield style too, and I think Cloverfield didn't end up getting a big audience until people. It was more like a word of mouth. Like, oh my
Right.
god, have you
Like
seen
Paranormal.
Cloverfield? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it was. But
Mhm.
everybody knows Paranormal now.
Right. Right. What are we doing next week, Brett?
I mentioned this movie that I watched it a long time ago. I don't know how happy you're gonna. Not a long time ago.
How
but-
happy we're gonna be about this one.
But I think it's necessary because of our love for its predecessor, American Pie Girls Rule.
I'm fine with that. I need a comedy in my
Wow.
life right now.
Girls Rule. Interesting.
And why are you choosing this?
Because I watched it, I didn't even know about it, but so the way it went was I found it on iTunes and I asked you guys, have you ever heard of this? Because it just popped up out of nowhere and nobody had, and then it was on Netflix, so I watched it and I talked about it on the show how I enjoyed it, and that eventually it would be one of
It's on
my picks.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Is there any connection?
There is. I honestly don't remember what the connection is, but it is an American Pie movie.
Okay.
It's not very well rated on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got a 30%, 30% critics, 16% audience. We'll see how it is.
We'll
I
see
didn't
how
think
it
it was
is.
too bad, but maybe I'm in the minority.
Well, again, comedy is in
Different people's eyes.
yeah,
Mhm.
different comedy for everybody. And if Brett likes it, and we have about the same humor, we'll probably end up liking it.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, so
Is
yeah.
the dog snoring?
I don't know what
No,
she's doing.
she's trying to switch positions.
Well, she was making noises a few minutes ago.
She's getting very
Oh my gosh, will you just talk about that real quick?
she's okay.
And
So
'cause you're gonna show up the video afterwards anyway.
I will.
So why don't you just share this story?
I'm gonna talk about this.
This
So-
is an America's Funniest Home video that we have to
I
cut
might have
up
to
and
send this
send
video.
it in
So I was taking a shit.
with the door open. 'cause
Door
I
open because I was home
I
alone.
love that. That's a great start to any
Yep.
story.
So I was home alone. So Layla sleeps in her bed right here all the time. So our computer's right next to the dog bed.
And you
So-
were upstairs.
I was upstairs. So I got out. I went to the upstairs bathroom, the door open, whatever. Layla follows me around the house all the time. And if I leave the floor, she stands at the top of the stairs looking down the
Just
whole time.
because she can't go down the stairs.
She figured I went downstairs, so she's staring downstairs and I'm on the toilet.
with the door open.
With the door open. So I had my phone open because I started calling her name and she didn't turn to me. She tilted her head. So I'm like, here
'Cause
we
she thought
go.
You were downstairs.
Yeah.
She thought I was downstairs because she couldn't tell where sound was coming from.
And
So
he's
I
legit
have
Yelling at her, going, Layla, and she's doing this, like twisting her head, trying to look down the
trying to
stairs.
listen to me. She's like, where is this coming from?
And it's like 3 minutes straight of
It's
just,
a 3-minute, like
Man.
3.5
Layla!
minute video.
You're literally like 7 feet behind
I'm-
her.
I
Yes.
know.
Yep. So I get up from the toilet, pants down, eventually.
He even says it in the video. He's like, I'm totally taking a shit.
I'm gonna cut that out though when I share this. So, but
That's great.
and I walk over to her and I'm like, oh, there. She's like, oh, hi. She
Yeah,
kind
she,
of like
like-
acts a little stupid.
She like yawns for a second, turns around and goes, oh, look, there he is.
Yep. Great.
How is her hearing? 'Cause
It's
she-
I think it's
I
going.
think it's going.
That's
Yeah.
okay. Dogs don't
What
need
is
it.
she? 14.
She'll be 14.
Should be 14 in
Yeah.
May,
August.
September, August. We got her in
Yes.
September.
Yes.
We got her way too early for
Very early October is when we got her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Brett, are you a fan of Meatballs?
Oh,
The
I saw,
movie?
No.
I saw this and
So you know what I'm gonna say?
I do, but
Okay.
I don't know. They're okay. I don't go out of my way to eat them, but like if I'm at a function and there is meatballs, I could be persuaded to eat.
So Alex, you like meatballs, right? You like
This
meatballs?
looks terrible, by the way.
I'm fine with meatballs. You know me, I'm just kind of losing my taste for a
for
lot of meat.
anything.
Well, yeah, really for anything with my taste and smell going away, like I have a hard time craving things.
So McDonald's China is offering a meatball
Oh, no.
burger.
Now,
like
here's the thing.
No.
Meatball subs are a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So this isn't like ridiculous.
it's not.
But I wouldn't eat it.
I don't know. It's
No.
that's not, and that's marketing image too.
Yes.
Obviously, that's not what it looks like. The meat hasn't,
So,
the juices haven't soaked into the
we've
bread
all-
and made it mushy yet.
We've all had that bad burger from McDonald's before. This I don't expect to look as
Well,
appetizing.
this is held up with toothpicks right here.
Absolutely, it is.
Definitely.
And if you don't know, in most ice cream commercials, they use mashed potatoes.
Yep.
So I mean that kind of stuff.
Funny story.
Yeah.
Ron Howard on the Andy Griffith Show hated doing scenes with ice cream because it was literally mashed potatoes on a cone.
Mm.
Ew.
Because of the heat and how many takes,
Oh,
it would just
yeah.
never last.
Yep. So think about that. Like you're looking at this, there's no way, because whenever I get a sub sandwich from Subway, that's a meatball sub, it never comes home looking amazing.
Right.
A little wet. So
Juices
yeah.
get all up in the bread.
All up in the bread. So yes, I don't know if I'd try this. It's being offered in China for a limited time. Would you get it, Alex?
No.
No?
No, we'll ask Patrick.
Plus, well, yeah, he's the food
He does
review
food
guy.
reviews.
He really does.
So we'll ask Patrick. He'll do it.
I wonder how much they're going to be offering it for. actually.
$1.
No, it's not going to be part of that. Do you ever eat anything interesting from McDonald's, Brett, whenever you go for it?
I really don't. I had a small stint where I would go and get a fountain Coke
Yeah.
because all their fountain drinks are $1.
You were just talking about the Coke at
And
McDonald's.
sometimes
I was
it's,
just talking about him and his fountain drinks.
sometimes it's hit or miss. Like it can be really good. Sometimes it's just not.
Yeah. What's the
What about my
what's the
fountain
consensus?
I
pop?
don't
on that?
like fountain drinks. That's at the bottom of the barrel for me. I like glass.
You can't say that either
I'm
because
high class.
You get
Glass
fountain
is not
drink
high
at
class.
at the theater.
Yeah, and I don't like it. It makes my stomach hurt.
so I think glass is actually more terrible. Like for
Why?
most drinks, the only good glass is the Coke. If you ever have orange soda, Mountain Dew, Sprite from the glass, it all tastes terrible.
I will be the judge of that.
I do. I also think that a soda out of a bottle is not as good as soda out of a can.
Depends
See,
on
and
the
I
bottle, depends on the
disagree.
can. Depends on the soda. There's actually okay. I'm gonna plug
Maybe
the
this.
different.
Hey, maybe this will be next
But
week's
you
fan
are
topic.
not-
What? How do you prefer to drink your pop,
Soda.
your soda, whatever?
Soda pop. We'll just go all together. Soda pop Coke.
Mine. What? Nope. Never.
Nope,
We'll save it. We'll
that.
save it.
But here's the thing: if we were to ever to do a taste test, we have to wait until Alex and I can taste things.
Taste things.
Again.
Yeah, oh gosh. I didn't
We
even
haven't
think
been able
about
to do
that.
one of those for a minute.
Yeah, you did the watermelon.
I know,
the
but I
melon.
could barely go for that. It barely.
Yeah, and I
it was
told
a
you,
little
I was like,
overpowering.
it tastes like sweet watery.
So you know how I could taste coffee flavored stuff now.
Yeah, like coffee's like the one thing like I can at least I think it's because I had it every day and I've pretty much had it every day since COVID that I can imagine and still give myself in my memory like food thought memory whatever
Yeah.
that I can still taste coffee. That's about it. I
So-
can't really taste it.
So how I can taste coffee, like I can taste a little bit more now. We have this coffee flavored cereal from Dunkin' that Alex loves to. Well, it's because we can taste,
Sure.
so we go for it. And I can't really eat it anymore because it's so overpowering. Because I can taste a little bit more. It's really strong. It's a really strong flavor. But
Yeah.
Alex goes for it because she still got.
We had beat ups last night. I couldn't taste it.
But you still devoured the hell out of it.
Well, yeah, because I was hungry.
You go for the spicy stuff now because you can
Again,
get that.
anything super spicy helps me eat it.
Yeah. So we had to go to the ER this week.
Oh.
Oh,
yes.
okay. I was wondering when we're gonna bring that
Yeah,
up.
let's bring it up a little bit here. Talk about that.
Sure.
So Alex is going. So let's talk about Alex. You go ahead.
So I didn't have a good week.
No.
Actually, last Friday, last week I'd gone back to work and started doing like a couple full shifts, which for me a full shift is at least 12 hours. Since having COVID in the middle of January, and after I got back to work, I just could. That first week I even tried doing a couple full shifts, and it knocked me on my ass. So doctor ordered, hey, just do some half shifts until you build up some tolerance. And I thought I was doing good, and I did a couple half shifts, and I did a couple full shifts. And by Friday night, I got to like I think like 10 out of 12 hours, and my chest was on fire, and every time my heart was beating, like it just was really tight. I couldn't breathe very well. I was getting a headache. I just hit like a huge wall of fatigue. So I came home, and the one thing that my doctor had told me was, anytime your chest is tight, I want you to take your blood pressure. That's the one thing I want you to monitor. Okay. And we do have a blood pressure machine at home. So came home. I was super tired. I was telling Josh, I was like, oh my God, my chest hurts so bad. It's just straight in the middle of my chest. It doesn't feel good. And took my blood pressure, and my blood pressure is generally right where it should be, which is either right under 120/80 or at 120/80.
So what was it on
Friday? It was like 133/95 or something. So it was pretty. It was like stage 1 hypertension.
So fast forward to Wednesday.
After Friday, everything I was debating even like Friday night to go to the ER because I was like, man, my chest hurts so bad, but my blood pressure wasn't like screaming at me. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe I just need to like go to sleep. Fell asleep. I even took the night off from streaming Friday because I just did not feel good.
Right.
So fast forward to Wednesday. Wednesday, I woke up with an excruciating headache. But I was like, I know I need to work. It was supposed to be one of my full shifts. And went into work, and I had taken some naproxen earlier that day. It didn't help, which tells me that it was my COVID headache because my COVID headaches, like nothing touches it. So I went into work, and from like 7 to I think I made it to about 11:45, every half an hour to an hour, it was stemming from the middle of my head and drifted. This is the first time since COVID the pain has gone and moved, and it moved from the middle of my head, got behind my right eye to the point where it was making my eye blurry, got down into my cheek, and by the time I got home, it was into my jaw. So the whole right side of my face was just in excruciating pain. I had to like drive home.
I've never had a headache that long.
Yeah, with my head or my hand like covering my right side of my face because it hurt so bad. And then I got so nauseous, I wanted to throw up. My chest was getting tight. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, girls, I got to go. If I'm going to make it the rest of the day, I got to go take like a 2-hour lunch. I'm like, yes, you look like shit. Go home. And
you look terrible.
I was sitting there just holding my head like all morning. I'm like, I can't get rid of it. Mm-hmm. So I got home, and I just did not feel good. And again, my chest was really tight, and I had that pain. I'm like, all right, well, you know what? Once again, listen to the doctor's orders. Had Josh check my blood pressure, and it was like 153/114 or something like that, which is like stage 3 hypertension, which is basically go to the ER. And stage 4 is like you're having a heart attack or a stroke. So I called a nurse real quick. Like, we took it a few times. It wasn't going down. It was staying the same. So I was like, oh shit. So called the nurse, and we did all this triage questions about like the pain I'm having. And basically I had all the signs of pre-heart attack. So she's like, have your husband take you to the ER right away. So instead of coming home for lunch, text my boss, hey, I'm going to the ER instead. Went to the ER, got there. My blood pressure had gone down like 2 points. So it was still up. So once they did that, they all of a sudden had 2 people putting leads all over me and doing an EKG and hooking me up to a monitor and whatnot. My alarm going off on my monitor saying my blood pressure is too high. They keep asking me how I'm feeling. And basically when the doctor came in, I gave him like, hey, I've been dealing with COVID symptoms ever since COVID. I can't get rid of them. This is what's happening. And he's like, well, most likely from what you're telling me, it's all COVID related, which basically means we're not going to find anything, and there's really nothing we can do.
Pretty much.
So they hooked me up to like a liter of fluids and pushed that and a few IV medications, which put me to sleep. He came back after they drew a bunch of labs and a chest x-ray and everything else, and came back and said, all right, well, nothing's screaming at me. So that basically tells me it's probably all COVID related. Go home, take the next couple days off, do a bunch of rest, follow up with your doctor. So did that. Followed up with my doctor, had an abnormal ECG. And basically, it's either abnormal because of medication I'm taking, or abnormal because of myocardial disease, which has been linked to long hauler COVID symptoms.
So people can
basically myocarditis is like the inflammation of like your heart muscle.
What I had back in 2017.
Yeah, which is what Josh had, and all of the symptoms I was having and describing is what he has, which is like severe pain in your chest, like you feel like you're about to have a heart attack.
But it's not a heart attack.
It's just pain in the center of your chest.
It's not necessarily deadly if you have it under control.
Exactly. So went into the doctor. They told me about it, and they said, okay, well, we're going to order a heart monitor for you. So I'm actually going to go and pick that up tomorrow, and I'm going to wear a heart monitor for a week. And then they're going to see if they find anything. And basically, next step after that is, well, if we don't find anything, you're probably going to get an echo, which is a heart ultrasound. If we find something, you're probably going to get an echo. So they're going to check electrical, see if there's something wrong there. and I'm supposed to monitor my blood pressure daily. And ever since that Friday, my blood pressure has not gone down into normal range yet, which is kind of scary because for me, it's always been, even if I am super stressed out at the doctor and they take it when they first come in, my heart rate will be up, but my blood pressure's always been normal.
Yep.
So it's just scary that it's not coming down. It's kind of staying and hanging around stage 1. So I'm just supposed to rest and not be stressed and drink lots of water. And that's the other thing with it is that ever since Friday, my fatigue, like my afternoon naps, I am getting so much more tired. Very, very tired. I'm tired all the time.
Right before you showed up, she was taking a nap.
Mhm.
And
Maybe
my
like 20 minutes
naps are
10
not
minutes
like,
before.
oh, I'm just in a light sleep. Like Josh has got to wake me up. Like I am dead to the world. I'm so out.
Deep sleeps,
Mhm.
but not getting full sleep still.
And I'm still not because every couple hours I wake up and I'm still sweating or itching or uncomfortable or coughing or you know. So I'm still dealing with COVID. So there you go. COVID's real, guys. Don't think it's not. Speaking of, my sister texted me right before we started.
Yeah.
There was an announcement today for Indiana.
What's that?
I want to see what your
They're opening up Regal Cinemas
when.
April 2nd.
Okay.
Legal, okay.
Yeah.
They're lifting the mask mandate on April 6th.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it says, and then Hoosiers 16
For people who have to wear it for long term.
16 and
Feel
up.
bad for them.
16 and up can get the vaccine.
Okay, so they're doing vaccines extended for.
Yes.
I mean, that's
don't know.
cool that the mask mandate is up, but like private employers it'll be around for a while. Like
we're not. I can tell you right now, we're not doing it. We're gonna keep wearing masks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure my employer will have us be wearing masks until. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they say you can't take your mask off until you're vaccinated.
I don't know.
I don't know. This year is going to be really messed up.
It's going to be a test of everything.
This last year was like a test of quarantining and this and that and closing things down. This year's, I think, is going to.
Alana Pierce had this awesome short film that she released a couple days ago.
Called A Year.
Oh, I saw her text about. Oh, is that what you posted today?
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
I like Alana Pierce.
It's only 3 minutes long. It's just the stress of what people who live alone probably have gone through
in the last year.
Yeah, it's really good.
I live
really
alone.
Good. Well, then you might. But
she also works from home.
Yeah,
so it's live alone, work from home. So what she's done in a year, like
what a lot of people are doing.
How people are shut off from the world.
Yeah.
So how
but it might hit anybody who's felt what might have felt for them for this pandemic because a lot of people, what's happening like around the world is people are tired of the lockdowns.
Which I find that
they want to socialize.
I find that so weird that Indiana is going to be lifting the mask mandate right before Easter. And this is exactly what happened around Christmas. Christmas time, everybody got together, and then 2-3 weeks later, guess what happened? They shut everything back down because everybody got together, and then COVID spread again. Yeah, and we got it
after Christmas.
After Christmas. Yeah. And then they shut everything back down. Well, now they're gonna lift it again right before the holiday.
We don't know. We don't know.
No, we don't. But then we've also got across seas. We've got Germany and France and Italy and oh my gosh,
I don't know if France is part of that.
Spain is. No, France is part of it. England is part of that. They are all trying to do
another lockdown.
A 4-week complete lockdown again because of their surge of cases, and we're talking about opening things back up because of their
I just don't know what
their COVID variant.
We don't know what the right move is.
I don't know either. People have asked me, since you've had COVID, what do you think we should do? And I'm like, don't get it.
But also
like,
the vaccines.
Find a way not to get it.
Also,
if you have to wear a mask for the next 3 years, then don't complain about it. Don't get it.
I think the vaccine's too soon. We've had this conversation personally, but if you have an opportunity to get it, I mean, it's your choice. But
there's been people trying to contact me saying, "Hey, make sure you get the vaccine because I've heard that'll take away all your symptoms for the people that have had COVID."
How?
Well, it's shown that in like the last month, some people have not recovered, but some of their symptoms have gone away. But it's also shown made people worse.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is it's not done anything. So, and to tell you the truth, every person that I know so far that has been vaccinated, their second vaccine they have had a major reaction to that they've gone to the hospital for.
Or bedridden.
Or bedridden.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
I don't know what the right move is.
I don't know what the right move is. Yes, I've had COVID. Josh has had COVID. Yes, I'm still dealing with it. I'll just tell you right now, you don't want it at
Some
all.
people had it differently.
And I regret every time the thought came across my mind in 2020 going, I just want to get it and get it over with.
You just don't know what the long haul
You don't know, like at the time, we didn't know there were long haulers. And now it's going into this year, we're like, wow, there's still people dealing with this. I'm like, yeah.
Pretty
I
much.
personally know like 3 or 4 people from family or close friends from college that are just now going back to work after having it in like May of last year.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's what's going on in COVID world.
For everybody around us, yeah. So, anything else you guys want to touch on before we get out of here? I don't have
What
anything else.
does that say? PS5?
Yeah, I guess I can talk about that real quick.
Yeah. PS5 trick?
Yeah. So, let me see if I can find the article here. Here we go. A man bought a PlayStation 5. Didn't tell his wife. He had it professionally installed by what he wanted to be like a cable installer to make it look like it was an installation of a new 5G router.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Because it looks like a router.
Yep. This article came out a couple weeks ago. So the guy,
is he in trouble yet?
it was in Vietnam.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The wife was opposed to his gaming habits, I guess, and so he had what looked like a router. And I wish I could pull this up on our show, but he had a sticker placed on the side of it. That looks like
it would be like a Comcast router.
Like a router.
Well, that's
funny.
all well and good, but if she knows anything, she might notice a new controller or a different controller, and it's not going to stop him from playing.
Some are that oblivious.
I guess.
Some
or
are that
he
oblivious.
only does it when she's not home.
True.
Yeah. Let me see what they said here. However, the wife soon found out and had him sell it to a lucky buyer who not only got it at a cheaper price, but also at a time when the PS5 was hard to come by. So, unfortunately.
Should have at least charged what he paid for it.
Right.
Somebody's going to pay that.
Right. Or she's just like, get it out of the house. Rah! I don't know, Alex. I'm happy you're a gamer. I really am.
Josh, if I wasn't a gamer, I still don't.
I don't know.
I've been gaming my whole life though, so I don't know a life without video games.
Is there something that you
but in the time that I've known you, you are much more into it now than you were when I met you.
Yeah, when you met me, I think, yeah.
Because there wasn't a system that she liked, really. The
yeah,
Wii
I was
wasn't
not really.
Yeah, because I had to
Wii.
sell you the 360.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And we got into it.
Yeah, and we got into it.
But she still does Nintendo games. But the thing is, like, we had to really figure out what would be the core gaming that we were into.
I guess I didn't figure out when you met me. I didn't know what my adult interest was yet in video games. I was still kind of stuck in.
You're stuck in Party World like me.
Like Party World.
Like Mario Party. We'd always play it. Mario
and then
Party.
I got bored of that, so I didn't have like an eye opener to what else there is to fancy me, I guess. So and then we got into Halo, and I was like, oh shit, this is awesome.
So I don't think I'm just wish I was a little less stubborn a lot sooner. Personally, finding my core gaming a lot sooner because Halo was out in 2001.
Yeah.
You could have had that a lot sooner.
Well, your first exposure was 3, right?
Yes, back in 2008.
Yes, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was addicted as soon as it was put.
Which I don't even know how. I still don't. After I played Halo 3, and I'm like, how the hell did I like?
We didn't know what there was.
I know, but like playing that was like, wow, we played hours of this.
Did I influence? Was I an influence in your decision to finally play it? What made you finally play?
I don't.
A drinking night with you, me, our friend Luke, and our friend Matt.
Yeah.
And we just plugged it in.
And played it.
Wait, so you weren't here?
No,
we
it was
were
in South Dakota.
Okay. Yeah, we were in South Dakota.
It was a drinking night, and I was like,
and
you know what?
So then I can't take any credit.
But
Xbox Live.
Xbox Live was
is what really got us going because we were at that time we were moving all over the United States.
We wanted to play with you on.
Right.
So that was our way of like not just Facebook. That was our way of communicating and staying in touch.
That's
with
our
friends.
socializing, and we adapted that a lot sooner than most people.
Yes. Like that became like, I'm sorry, I'm staying in tonight.
I'm playing video games with my friends.
And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, they don't think a lot of people understood that. I was like, well, our friends are 1,000 miles away, and this is how we get drinks and we play games. So it's like basically like
Hanging
you're
at a bar.
hanging out at a bar, but you're playing video games online. So that's just how we do, and that's how we still do it.
We still do it, yeah, pretty much.
You don't drink that much.
Well, I did. I had a few bevs on Saturday night.
So Josh was drinking a little bit on Saturday night just because he went out and got some Morgan.
Ooh, it was delicious.
And I can't drink right now, obviously.
Right.
And Josh goes like, gosh, it was towards like the last hour I was playing. We were on for like 4 hours. And Josh goes, I'm gonna go make another beverage. And you could just hear it. I'm like, are you sure you want to have another one? Yeah, sure. I feel fine. Like, I'm like, yeah, you feel fine. You're tipsy as fuck right now. Like,
I didn't get a hangover. That was good.
No, you stopped at a good point, but
How many did you have?
3.
He drank like a third of the bottle.
Yeah, yeah, that makes
So you
sense.
must have had tall glasses.
Nope.
And you still drank
It's about
3 of them?
These tall glasses, like maybe a 12-ounce glass, to
Alright.
8 ounce, yeah, small.
Yeah.
My small whiskey ones, the small ones that we have.
Right.
Yeah.
So made them in those.
But he's also lightweight. Like, we don't drink very much anymore. So,
Right.
I mean, that much would probably kick my ass. So.
I was feeling it after 2
I was like, you want
sips.
some wine? I'm like, I can't drink. I'm like,
You
I
can
would-
have wine. You can have a glass of wine.
I don't want to do anything that's
Healthy for the heart. You know
I
that,
don't
right?
want to do anything to mess up
It's
my
got to
heart
be
right
red
now.
wine, though.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily.
Well.
Red wine's just better
Oh.
for you. Yes.
All right, let's get out of here. Alex, you want to plug your Twitch?
Yes, so speaking of Twitch, if you would like to watch me game and all my fun Call of Duty stuff, it's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. We've also got, again, there's a link in the YouTube chat for our Discord. So it's basically our group chat for our podcast as well as our 2 Twitch accounts, Josh and I's. But I stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings after 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now we're kind of knee deep in Call of Duty, but today is actually
your
my
3-year anniversary.
Twitch anniversary.
Yep.
Really?
Yes.
It is,
Wow.
yeah.
3 years. You
3
streamed your
years.
first one. I should put out your clip of Fortnite.
No, it's so bad, man. It's so bad. I hate Fortnite. And okay, so but what we're gonna do is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've already planned one thing. I just don't know if it's gonna be Friday or Saturday. But this weekend to celebrate, I'm gonna do like a 3-day celebration for 3 years. And either Friday or Saturday, I'm gonna have my best friend come over, and she's going to be on my stream with me. And she's not nearly as big into gaming as
She
I
doesn't
am.
play anything.
She
does
plays
she?
Diablo.
She plays Diablo.
She's really big in Diablo.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
It's PC.
so and that's I think that's really it.
It's
Well,
also
that
on
and
the
then
Switch.
there's something else that she plays. It's
No,
on
I think it's
PS4.
on the Xbox too.
It might be.
She plays that one like PS4 game that I wanted to play. It's like it's a cartoony like.
No idea.
I don't know.
Little Big
Yeah,
Planet?
yes, that I think is that. Like I think she says she plays that.
That's a side scroller.
But anyways, so I'm gonna have her on either Friday or Saturday night. And we're just gonna play a couple games, and I'm gonna make her play a couple games of Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I
That's
think
not really fair.
it would be entertaining. Be like, all right, now push this button. All right, now kill that guy. But I think we're gonna play some couples games together and just like have some fun on.
Make her
on
play
this
Overcooked.
weekend. Oh, that's what I was thinking because the new Overcooked just came out.
Just came out today, so I'm gonna have to buy that.
So perfect timing.
Yep.
So anyway, so with that, thank you guys if you're a subscriber or a follower. I've really seen a huge increase in growth the last month at
Since
least.
we did all of our expansion.
Yeah. So
communication
yeah.
and
So thank you guys so much. It's made my stream quite
Entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to follow me on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/Mr. L. That's MISTERL. You can catch me streaming on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Tuesday and Thursday evening. So you'll catch me tonight, right after the show here. Around 9 o'clock is when I'll be on doing a little bit of artwork. And Season 4 of Fall Guys just got launched yesterday. So I did a little bit of a stream on that yesterday. Got a few crowns. I've actually been pretty successful on that. I'm actually really enjoying the new update. So I can't wait to do more. So I'll be playing tonight around 9:30 roughly. I got to do a little bit of artwork, and then I'll be doing some Fall Guys. So make sure you guys check out my stream. As far as our podcast goes, we would appreciate it if you guys would hit that like button for our YouTube channel. If you want to make sure that you subscribe to the channel, we would appreciate that as well. And hit that bell to be notified when we're live, which is normally every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can follow our social media, which is Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Facebook is PTOUnlimited, Instagram is PTOUnlimited_podcast, and Twitter is at PTOUnlimited. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it is at Lemke619.
Brett_Wings.
Cute_kitty.
On a final note, did you see that Microsoft is, or maybe not Microsoft, I can't remember if it's just Microsoft, but the Tomb Raider games are getting re-released again.
What?
Yeah, No!
They're re-releasing them as a bundle.
A bundle.
All 3 of them together.
It's not needed. Everybody else already owns all the 3 that have already played them.
All of them have been free on both. Well, not. I don't think.
Why?
I don't think number 3's been free on Xbox.
No.
But I know number 2 hasn't been on both, and number 3
Why can't I
has
just
been
get a
on
Tomb Raider
PS4.
4 instead of
Well,
a collaboration?
they'll probably do all the DLC with all of them. They're all
Sure.
like all the Game of the Year
I don't care
editions.
about the DLC though. I care about the initial
Main
game.
But-
Like,
But all 3 of them, they're only $20, which that kind of surprised me because
well, I mean that's a good price. So
is
if you've not
usually
played them,
$40,
Brett and I are gonna highly
which
recommend to
means
play.
if
$20.
$20
It-
all 3.
Are
That's
they
a
doing
good
a next
price.
gen update?
I think so.
Ooh.
That's a good price.
Which means that you can probably get it on sale eventually for $15.
Wow. It's
So
actually
I just
pretty
thought,
big.
like, man, they are really ringing that Tomb Raider for all it's worth.
It's the gaming world just wants all their glory right now. It's like, what's the next big release we got going on here?
Tomb Raider 4.
No.
No, I mean just anything.
Pokemon,
Pokemon Snap.
that comes out next month. But I don't know of anything
I
else.
I'm
honestly-
gonna beat it in like a day.
I have-
There's a lot more on this.
I have nothing on the horizon. Until
Back for
Halo.
Blood,
Back for Blood.
that comes out in June.
Ooh.
Let's see, we got another one to look forward to.
Let's get out of here.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll catch you next week for episode 249. We got 250 coming up very soon, so
we're gonna plan something.
we
for
do.
that.
We do. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll catch you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Follow my stream. I'll be on tonight.